53-year-old Sean Edward Hayes is behind bars after he allegedly fatally shot and dismembered his father and left his body on the lawn at the front of the home they shared. At around 6 p.m. on Tuesday the 20th of December, authorities received a call to conduct a welfare check on 73-year-old Rodney Hayes, who lived at 588 Easy Street in Mitchell, Indiana. When deputies arrived at the residence, they found his son Sean hastily attempting to exit the driveway in a silver Chevy pickup. Officers stopped the truck due to the nature of the call when they noticed Sean had a shotgun on the seat next to him. One deputy spoke with Sean as a means of distracting him, while the other took the shotgun. They noticed he appeared agitated and confused. When officers asked Sean to exit his vehicle, he became verbally combative and refused to get out. Sean got into a brief struggle with deputies before he was placed into handcuffs. They asked Sean where his father was, and he gestured towards the residence directly behind the vehicle and said laying over there. Deputies found Rodney's mutilated body in the yard. He'd been shot in the head and chest and partially dismembered. Sean wrote troubling posts on Facebook about how he believed his father was kidnapped or killed and replaced with a robot that looks like his dad. While speaking with investigators, Sean allegedly said his father was a robot that looks human and he had to shoot it and destroy it. An autopsy is still pending. Sean faces 10 felony charges, including murder, battery and abuse of a corpse. He's held at Lawrence County Jail in Bedford. 69-year-old Gregory Burkett Sr. is behind bars after allegedly fatally shooting 52-year-old Tiffany Ann Marino. At around 4:15 p.m. on Wednesday the 21st of December, authorities were called to the Colonial Manor Mobile Home Park at 909th Avenue East in Palmetto, Florida, on a reported homicide. When officers arrived, they found Tiffany dead inside a residence with a gunshot wound to her head. Gregory, who lived with Tiffany at the home, was identified as a suspect. He was located nearby and was arrested. The motive in the shooting is unclear. He's charged with murder with a firearm and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. He's held at the Manatee County Jail without bail. No other details about the shooting were provided. The New York Police Department is searching for a man who entered a Harlem restaurant with a pit bull and attacked a female worker with a baseball bat before stabbing 2 male employees. The suspect, identified as Roland Codrington, entered Lulu and Teddy's Cafe at 2171 2nd Avenue at around 11:30 p.m. on the 22nd of December and started choking a 29-year-old woman with a bat unprovoked. 2 men working at the restaurant attempted to intervene, but Roland pulled a blade and stabbed both of them during the bloody brawl. A 35-year-old man was stabbed in the chest and back, and a 31-year-old man was stabbed in the back. Roland then fled the scene with his pit bull northbound on 2nd Avenue before law enforcement arrived. Medics rushed the 35-year-old to Mount Sinai Morningside and the 31-year-old to the New York City Health and Hospitals in Harlem. Both were in a stable condition. The woman Roland choked was not seriously injured and refused medical attention at the scene. The motive in the attack is unknown. The authorities have released an image of the suspect and are offering a reward of up to $3,500 for information leading to his arrest. A man allegedly fatally shot his ex-girlfriend 15 times after she failed to text him back. At around 7:48 a.m. on the 20th of December, officers responded to the 2800 block of Colbert Circle in Melbourne, Florida, on a reported shooting. At the scene, officers found 23-year-old victim Shadayla Johnson unresponsive with multiple gunshot wounds. Despite life-saving efforts, Shadayla did not survive. Upon further investigation, the victim's ex-boyfriend, 23-year-old Carlos Jones, was identified as the suspect. The victim's father, Torrance Clark, told officers that his daughter was on her way to work, but he heard gunshots once she left. He said he looked back and saw Carlos peering from behind his daughter's car. Torrance went outside to check on his daughter and discovered her lying face down in front of the car on the carport floor surrounded by blood. Police said that Shadayla was shot 15 times with a semi-automatic pistol that Carlos purchased a week ago. Investigators said that after the shooting, Carlos discarded his clothing and tossed his weapon down a storm drain hours later to hide the evidence of the crime. Police said he received a call from his mother urging him to turn himself in, which he then did at around 10:30 a.m. that morning at the Palm Bay police station. Police said that Carlos confessed to shooting his ex-girlfriend after trying and failing to get her back. He told detectives that he woke up in an angry state because Shadela had not answered his text messages or telephone calls and drove to her home to confront her. He said after the conversation grew heated, Shadela turned away from Carlos to go back inside her home. That's when Carlos pointed his gun at Shadela and shot her in the back as she was walking away. When Carlos was asked if he was remorseful for killing Shadela, he said if he had to do it all over again, he'll kill her father too. Investigators said that the pair were in a relationship and had lived together for about 5 months before the breakup 2 weeks prior to the shooting. Carlos is charged with murder and use of a firearm in the commission of a felony. He's held at the Brevard County Jail without bond.